Hey guys, today we're going to explore some sick 3D printed kayak fishing accessories that'll hopefully enhance your kayak fishing experience. And at the end of the video, I'm going to show you where to source them. First, let's start off with 3D printed kayak fishing accessory number one, these guys. So these guys right here are 4-slot rod stagers, and once you put them on your kayak, they look like this, and then you can put 4 rods on the side of your kayak. So let's go ahead and throw those on, see what it looks like. All right, so why I like these rod stagers here is one, you can adjust this. So you can go left and right depending on how wide your kayak is here. So you can kind of line them up, make it perfect. Also, these are great if you're sitting here and you have limited mobility and it's hard to reach back and get your rods out of your rod holders back here, especially the furthest back one. These are really nice because they're right beside you. Another reason that I really love these, because I fish a lot of tight spaces. I get into places where kayaks are supposed to fish, and because of that, there's a lot of overhanging branches and limbs, and so having my rods horizontal with the boat versus sticking up in the area and they get caught up a lot is great. And I also fish a lot of places around here with low bridges, and so I always have to bring all my rods down and they're just sitting in the bottom of my kayak, they're scratching up against each other. So this is going to keep them separated horizontal with the boat, allowing me to get under those bridges quickly so I can keep on fishing. All right, so the 4-slot rod stagers are around $35. And the 3-slot rod stagers are $30. All right, next we're going to talk about these guys right here, the 3D printed seat risers. I have these on every single kayak that I own. It's my Native Slayer Propel 10 over there. It has them. My Bonafide P127 here has them. The only one that doesn't have them is my Sun Dolphin Aruba 10 throw and go, because it doesn't have a seat like this. It's just molded into the boat. So the question is, why 3D printed seat risers? One, it's just easier to get up and down when you're a little bit higher, and I'm up and down on my kayak all the time. Two, I believe it puts me in a better pedaling position. Being up a little bit more and kind of pressed down on the pedals, I believe it gives me a lot more power when I pedal my kayak. Three, when I'm sitting here, it gives me better line of sight when I'm fishing, especially when you're up in your kayak. When I fish my Sun Dolphin throw and go, I can't see anything. So I love being a little bit higher. I believe these are the 2-inch seat risers. They also make 1-inch seat risers, and they kind of Lego on top of each other, which is nice. All right, and the third reason I love them, when I drop back into my seat, I'm not falling really fast, creating a lot of pressure on the plastic, because on my Native Slayer Propel 10, as you guys can see here, if you follow the channel, you will notice right here, you guys can see that down there. This is a repair. When I dropped back into my seat really hard, it created a crack, and so I had to repair that. But also keep in mind, the higher you go, the less stable you are going to be. These kayaks weren't designed to have seat risers in them, and because of that, if you have poor balance, that might not be a great solution for you. So as always, know your limits. All right, keep in mind where I got these. They make them for Bonafide, Brooklyn, Hoodoo, Jackson, Native, and Riot, and they come out with more all the time. So if you have a kayak and you want seat risers in it, he might even make them specifically for you. I worked with him on creating these for the Bonafide P127, and so you never know. And the third 3D printed kayak fishing accessory, oh, this guy. Let's go and throw it on. So check this out. This is a large tool organizer, and these slots are specifically made for the fish grips. Fits perfectly in there. For a pair of scissors, fits perfectly in there. Nice and snug for both of those. And of course, you can leash them to the sides. I always like putting all my cords and stuff on the outside of my kayak so it doesn't stay in here and get in my way. And then boom, when you're ready, catch a big fish, taking some photos of it, you're in a tournament, you can just kind of let him swim around out here, and this makes a really nice organizer. So I think this is a specifically great accessory if you're a paddle yacker. But if you're kind of moving your legs around here, I wouldn't necessarily put these on the dry out holes, because you might get caught up when you're pedaling accidentally, or get caught on your clothes if you're wearing jeans or some pants. So if this 3D printed tool holder is a little too big for you, we have the small guy right here, and made similarly. This big hole's made for your fish grips, which is nice. Got some dry out holes there. If you had a small pair of scissors, I'd be able to fit those in there. Of course, leash them off. You're good to go. Keep this stuff out of the way and organized on your yak. The large run runs $18. The small one runs $12. So let's move on to 3D printed kayak fishing accessory number 5. This guy. And this thing right here is a tourney tag for your Catch X measuring boards. If you carry one of these guys, do tournament fishing, what you do is put this up to the side, and this will clip on, snap, snap, and you are good to go. Put your tourney tag on here, and when you're done, flip it over. You can slide it up, slide it down, whatever you like. It's got a little squeaky squeak. All right, that's enough of that. This guy, pretty sturdy. Runs $12, I believe, so not bad at all. The next 3D printed kayak fishing accessory I have for you is this guy. So this is made for this particular kayak fishing accessory, which is a Yak Attack cup holder. So let's go ahead and throw this on. It takes about 3 seconds. That's on. Let's take this guy, and it is made to just fit over top of here, and it snaps on. But since I have one hand on the camera, I need 2 hands for this. 1 second. Now it's on there. I had to push down on there and it snapped around it. So these are nice. You can still put whatever you want in here. Just add some extra room. So if you already have one of these, of course, once again, if it's perfect for that, get your cup in there. It's perfect for that. And so if you don't want stuff with the large and small tool organizer inside, you can use this solution and kind of keep it up on the rail, up out of the way. Once again, you can put your lures and stuff in here and tether it off if you need to. There it is. All right, here's some bonus 3D printed accessories. He also does foot pegs for Crescent and Ascend kayaks. And for the Hoodoo pedal drives and the Propel drives, he actually creates weed guards. Actually, I have one of those. 1 second. There you have it. 3D printed weed guards for the older generation Propel drives. I know I recently bought a 701 Propel drive for my Bonafide P127, and they already upgraded those to aluminum. But for the older drives, you don't have one, you're getting a bunch of weeds in there, you can get a 3D printed one. So the question is now, where can you get all these 3D printed accessories? Head over to my buddy's website, www.3dyak.com. Tell Greg Wendell Fishing sent you there. And if you love kayak fishing accessories, I got the video for you. 12 kayak fishing accessories I regret not buying sooner. You can check those out right there.